Well, I'm making this video for Dave from Vegas Unlocked. I couldn't make it over here on my live stream, so I'm going to give this a try. This is a tower in a park in Olympia that overlooks the water. Climbing my way up. Not a very tall tower, but still, tower just the same. So, Dave, this is for you. This is more of Budd Inlet, what I couldn't show you earlier. This is looking south again. You can see the state capitol and the marina. And over here is where ships dock to be usually loaded with logs, but they load other things here as well. Back in the day, I was able to get on the ship twice to load logs onto a ship. Both times I had to work on the wet side, which means I had to have spiked shoes and I would have to run out onto floating bundles of logs and hook a crane up to them so they could be lifted out of the water. On one occasion, the crane was not strong enough to lift a bundle of logs, and I had to go out on these floating bundles of logs with an axe and cut the bands so they could lift half a load of logs at a time. It was very interesting when you cut the last band on a bundle of logs, the logs would just start to separate and float out. And I had to be very careful in walking on the logs to get back to the little gangway that they had stationed next to the ship. Didn't want to get my foot caught in between logs because it would crush my foot. But as you can see, that didn't happen to me. I am on both feet. That was many years ago. That was in the 70s, late 70s. Here is another picture of part of the port here in Olympia. You can see they have a crane, and you can see all the logs out in the distance. Now I'm going to make my way down the stairs. And they have condos here and a market. This used to be nothing but space that was used to store logs. It was a horrible place, nothing like it was today. It was just very industrial. So now I'm going to attempt to go down the stairs. And they have live music here. And sometimes they show outdoor movies in this space. Made it safely down. This is the amphitheater area. You got to be careful holding this thing and walking at the same time. Hopefully you can read most of this. Kind of sunny, so it's hard for me to see. I hope that works. There's the tower that I was on. It's nice and warm out here, but the humidity is fairly high, something that you're not used to in Las Vegas. Here's more of the dock area. Sorry, there's not a ship out here to show you. You know, that was an interesting time in my life back in the 70s when I had the opportunity to load logs onto a ship. Got paid union wages, which was very good, $80 for a day back in 1977 or 78. That was a 5-hour day, too. So here is more of the dock area. And with that, I'm going to make my way back to my car. And the steps going up and down the stairs did take some things out of my knees. Of course, I had to park far away for free parking. Another view of the tower. the big anchor that they use for decoration. I'm going to show you some art here in just a minute. Here's the art I'm talking about. A hand holding up a globe erected by the Rotary Club. There we go. And here is a plaque, bunch of names in it who helped with this. So here is the name of the piece of sculpture. This lists some businesses that are or used to be here in Olympia. The Olympia Brewery is no more. It's just an empty structure that's deteriorating. Olympia beer is now made in California. This is the back of Anthony's, which is a fancy restaurant, good for seafood and steaks and other things. Or the marina, the boats. And I think that's going to do it for this video. Dave, I hope you enjoyed it.